here with you guys. It's been a couple of weeks since I had my Wednesday Wisdom and Wellness, and there's a reason for that. First of all, I've actually been quite busy with client consultations the last couple of Wednesdays, and the other part of it is that I've also partially been avoiding this topic because it makes me uncomfortable. But I've realized that I really need to leap into this uncomfortable because I'm so passionate about really shifting the paradigm of health and healing. My name is Anuschka. I'm an empowerment health coach and energy healer. And today's topic for my Wednesday wisdom, my God, tongue twister here. Wednesday wisdom and wellness is, what if cancer is a gift? And it's no coincidence that today, out of all days, right, since everything is always working out for me, and that's my mantra, and really everything is always in such perfect alignment, because I just got off a group chat earlier today with two absolutely amazing ladies that I've connected with through the glioblastoma, which is a type of brain cancer, brain tumor, for those of you that are not familiar with that, which is what I actually had myself, right? And their names are Nicole and Laura. So I connected with them earlier. They both have lost their parents, both of their parents, to cancer, and one of which, Laura, lost both of her parents to glioblastoma last year within months of one another. I mean, I can't even imagine, right? That is so tough to really go through something like that. Yet she's such a thriver, and it like touches my heart. And I told both of them, I literally bursted out in tears of gratitude to connect with such amazing human beings. She's taken this as an opportunity in life and created the Slay Foundation to support caregivers, because let's face it, as a caregiver, sometimes it's even harder for them than it is for those going through it. And I witnessed that with my own people, right? I'm with my loved ones. And really, there are so many other Instagram accounts out there that are thrivers as well, like myself. And you'll see, like, even in their names, for instance, hi, Kelsey. There's one that says cancer saved my life. There's another, it's cancer, I love you. And so many others that have taken cancer, they've survived from it and then thrived, and now making a huge difference and impacting other people out there. Even the Heal documentary, which I'm such a huge advocate of, constantly sharing it with people, because that literally took away all the doubt that I personally had when I first got diagnosed. I always recommend everybody, even if you're not dealing with anything, I highly recommend you taking a look at it, because it really can make a profound difference in anyone's life, really. That, and then the Radical Remission series, they're absolutely amazing as well. Have a ton of various success stories. I mean, although I don't use the word remission personally, I'm all about words are powerful. And I do believe that they're amazing stories to share on there that have thrived from having cancer and other various types of diseases, I believe, from what I remember. So that's really what I love to talk about, because the narrative out there, unfortunately, with cancer is cancer equals death. And so when people actually get diagnosed, automatically people lose hope, because it's such a scary thing out there, which is why it's come to me multiple times to share this with people. Have cancer as a gift, as a topic. It's something I want to either write a book on or go on a TED Talk about. Like, these are things, like, it's like a message that's come to me that I need to get this message out to others. So here's where I'm starting, because, hey, I go live, and why not? You're all out there listening, and I appreciate you all for being here and listening to me. Please let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. So I'm going to keep taking breaths here, because, like I said, this is uncomfortable for me, and I'm willing to get uncomfortable because of the passion I have for this. So what if instead of saying fighting or battling cancer, we'd say healing cancer? What if? Just switching out fighting or battling with healing. Because here's the thing, the frequency of war and fighting and all that, that's quite low. It's a low frequency. And as you see, like, mind, body, spirit, I'm all about mind, body, spirit and balancing the three, right? And that's really what creates a true, ideal, healthy lifestyle. And when we sit here and look at cancer, any disease for that matter, and looking at it as like, I'm fighting this, well, that's not the best energy to have around it. Healing, on the other hand, I mean, I literally can feel a shift in my own body just by saying that. What if instead of thinking cancer equals suffering and death, we'd say it creates the opportunity to heal deep-rooted inner wounds that already exist? We're just not aware of them. What if, and profanity here, instead, because I see this a lot, right? What if instead of fuck cancer or cancer sucks, we'd say cancer is a gift? Just what if? Just see the difference in that. What if instead of saying I am in remission, like I mentioned earlier, I don't use that word? Because there is a little bit, in my opinion, like, and you can look up the synonyms of it too, but there is a bit of a disempowering energy for me for that. But what if instead of I am in remission, we say I am healed, I am cured? Those are the words I use, and that's what I coach on. What if, I'm liking these what ifs, right? And I have notes, by the way, because like I said, I'm uncomfortable, so I gotta have support. What if instead of calling chemo poison, because a lot of people do, right? And by the way, I am one that is all about holistic, natural ways and everything. And my intuition was a yes to chemo. So therefore, I did do chemo. I did do radiation. I did the Western. I did the Eastern. I did alternative. I mean, holistic, you name it. If I heard of it, I did it. So what if instead of calling chemo poison, we'd actually partner with chemo and set those intentions for chemo to heal us and then detox after? I spoke to my pills every night. Mine were oral, but I spoke with them. I blessed them. I thanked them. I thanked my body for partnering with them every night before I went to bed, or before I took them and then went to bed. Not to say I didn't feel nauseous, not to say I didn't have vomiting episodes. And I still did that. Because can you just imagine, by just saying, I'm putting poison in my body? I mean, what are you telling your body? Our cells are always listening to us. Every single one of our 50, 100 trillion cells, which I still can't figure out because I see various scientific things out there. I don't know how many cells we have, but trillions of cells, right? They're always listening to us. So by saying I'm putting poison in my body, how is the body going to react to that? So just think about that. And I get it. Cancer is not easy. I mean, really, no life altering disease is easy. I never said, hey, give me a brain tumor, please. I never said that. I probably would never say that if I were to go back to before what I went through. And where I am today, I would never take back the experience because of the expansive growth and healing it has had for me. And for me, that is everything. But what I did is I committed to 90 years and beyond. I committed to health and healing over and over again. And that's what and by the way, the clients I work with, I tell them, like, I only work with you if you commit to the work and you keep choosing healing over and over again, because I'm not here to drag anyone along. If you're not committed to yourself healing and being healthy, like, it's a waste of both of our times, really, right? So that's the key, is really being fully committed, which is why I did so many treatments, conventional, non-conventional, you name it. And I totally have compassion for those that have lost loved ones to some type of cancer, because it's not easy. I get it. I had a client that had GBM, glioblastoma, which is what I had, right? And she passed away, unfortunately. And it broke my heart. And seeing, and seeing her caregivers, her husband, her loved ones, I mean, what they went through, right? I mean, that it's heartbreaking. I get that. And what I'm saying is, what if we can change that? We can shift the narrative around this. What if we took on that deep, painful work and really started healing the root of what is causing the cancer from mind, body, and spirit perspective? Look, I'm a cancer survivor and thriver, which is why it's a bit easier for me to actually have this conversation with everyone. And I know that if it's possible for me, and a ton of other success stories, by the way, that I have witnessed, because that was my focus. I not one time did I go and research glioblastoma statistics. Like, no, my husband did. I did not. I focused 100% on healing, and that was it. I did not want to see what the Google world said around it, because it's not good. Let's just put it that way. Considering doctors' words, Google, all of that, I technically should be dead right now. Yet I'm healthier than ever. I'm healthier than I was probably in my teenage times, in my 20s. So this is why I gotta share my message, my purpose in life, and why I call it a rebirth. Why I say never will take it back is because this is literally ignited a fire within me. And it's really just showed me my path as a healer. And my purpose is to really shift that health and healing paradigm that's out there. Every dis-ease, right? Disease is a dis-ease within the body. Every dis-ease we experience as a physical symptom is an opportunity to heal something that's even deeper than we're aware of consciously. Whether it's a subconscious belief or it's, and there goes my dog really getting passionate with me, whether it's a subconscious belief or an energy that we've taken on from this lifetime, past lifetimes, who knows? But the key is really seeing this. And if you want to actually heal it, choosing that path. And it's not easy. I gotta keep saying this because it was not an easy path for me. And I kept choosing healing over and over and over again. And here we are today, right? I think what actually has ignited more of a fire in me, it's something I do, is I actually will go and watch cancer movies and series and whatnot. I'm constantly searching for success stories, right? And it's so interesting because just recently, like last week, I watched a new series on Netflix. I'm not even going to say the name because I just rather not people watch it now. Although there were success stories, like the focus of it was just, I mean, I'm trying to see, like, I'm hoping that my Facebook one is going because I'm all of a sudden it froze on me. But really what I noticed is the focus of it was, the statistics. Like they were so focused on statistics. I'm like, come on, people. Like we cannot predict the future of anyone. Like it's not predictable. All we know and are guaranteed in life is that we are all going to die. And that's all we know. We don't know how, we don't know when, we don't know any of it. And to have a statistic tell me, that's prognosis, right? A statistic tell me that I have so many years to live, it just makes no sense. When we have unique DNA, we have unique fingerprints. There's so much uniqueness to us. We're individuals. Even twins are completely different. Now they may have way more similar DNA, yet they're still going to have unique fingerprints, right? We can't even predict the weather. It's constantly shifting on us. Yet we're going to tell someone, hey, you have 3 to 5 years to live, which by the way, glioblastoma is like 6 months or some crazy thing. Which guess what that does to people's mindset? Me, as strong-minded as I am, that 3 to 5 years really messed with me. It took something, even though I had done a ton of self-development, a ton of personal transformation work. It took something. It took a few weeks. It took a lot of crying. It took a lot of doing some deep, deep work to really start shifting that and releasing my fear around it. which is one of the actual exercises that I first and foremost do with my clients, is releasing fear and having people see fear is not real, okay? Unless I got a gun pointed at my head, of course. But really focusing on my vision, like what is it that I want to have in my life? Where do I want to be? And that's when I created To 90 and Beyond. That was my vision, on a beach. That's how it was for me. And am I frozen here? Because I don't know. Hopefully not. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, because like sometimes technology, right? All right. So, and that of course had to throw me off. I'm all like in my zen, and then that happens. Words we use are so powerful. So that's one of the things that I'm so cautious of for myself, conscious more than anything, right? That's something I will coach on with my clients. I'm constantly catching them when they say certain things, shifting what they're saying, having the focus, what we focus on grows. So having the focus going from what I don't want to what I want, and constantly finding the contrast of it, right? Not even saying, like I had a client recently say, oh, how's a mantra? Like I'm going to, something around, everything is on the other side of fear, right? Well, still fear, there's a bit of a lower frequency to that, right? It's one of the lower frequencies. So it's like, what about uncomfortable? Everything's on the other side of uncomfortable, or in the uncomfortable zone, I should say, right? So it's always being aware of what the words are that we're using, because that's so powerful. We think words all the time. And like I said, our cells are constantly listening. And the words we use daily, whether we're thinking it or speaking it, they're constantly creating the reality we live in. That's just is. Whether you believe it or not, it's happening. It's like the law of gravity. It just is. So you want to always choose wisely and really be conscious of the words you use on a regular basis, shifting those, replacing them, right? Like, I am in remission. No, I am healed. I am cured. And that's that. I mean, I've actually literally said these things to doctors before, even though I know there's judgment, by the way, around this. I know I get judged, and which is probably the main reason I get so uncomfortable. And I don't care at this point. I don't care. Judge me all you want. I'm living proof, and I want more people to be living proof like me, because I really see in the future going on stage with a ton of thrivers sharing their stories and really changing the narrative of healing and health, having people do that deep shadow work like I have. So that said, I actually wanted to share about, like I mentioned earlier, right? These amazing, fabulous ladies that I had a group chat with yesterday. The whole reason behind it was because we are a part of the glioblastoma support group. And I've been sharing my story and whatnot. So Nicole has definitely seen a lot of my journey. And she connected me with Laura, who has lost both of her parents, like I said, to glioblastoma last year. Gosh, it's like blows my mind. She's admirable. And she's created this Slave Foundation, raised a ton of money and whatnot for caregivers. And it's such perfect timing, because tomorrow, in honor of what would be her father's 65th birthday tomorrow, we're going to be going live together at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So feel free to join us. It will be awesome. You'll, I'm sure, even learn more. She's going to be going live throughout the day, from what I understand, with various people within the support group as well. I believe she said one that's an oncology nutritionist, another one that's a neurosurgeon that I believe was in one of the Netflix series. I want to say Lenox Hill. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. I'm sure either one of them will correct me if I'm not once they watch this. But really, it seems like it's going to be a powerful message to be heard by anyone. And I highly recommend you joining at some point tomorrow. Otherwise, as always, if you are struggling in any way when it comes to health, whether it's a life-altering disease or something that you just cannot figure out, or you want prevention around it, whatever it is, empowerment health coach, right? So whatever it is around health, and you really would like to up level your health and well-being, I offer free consultations. So feel free to schedule that with me. The link for those on Instagram, the link is in my bio, which you can go and find and go on to that consultation. I'll also post it in the comments on this, and I'll do the same on Facebook and YouTube, because that's where I upload pretty much all my videos once I go live. So if you are interested in more of my journey, you can definitely check out my YouTube video as well, which is something I will post, and it's in my bio on Instagram. So I feel a lot better. I don't feel as uncomfortable anymore. And this is just the beginning of me talking about cancer as a gift, because I do believe more people need to hear that and really start to take their own lives and their own healing into their own hands and being self-advocates of themselves. So thank you all so much for listening, for being here with me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me right now. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to message me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Bye.